Well, hello and welcome to this first ever episode of the Planet Playground Show. It's here where we believe our planet is our playground as we celebrate all things sport and adventure travel as we discover the world through its very best sports and adventure highlights. Coming up on this first ever episode of the Planet Playground Show. As the 2024-25 Champions League tournament concludes, I take a journey across Europe to try and attend 3 Champions League matches in 3 days across 3 different cities. Former tennis player and Olympic champion Monica Puig is with me as we discuss her favourite Paris itinerary whilst the French Open takes place in the French capital. And I will let you know of all the ticket news that you should be aware of so that you don't miss out on some incredible upcoming events. Welcome to the Planet Playground Show. So to begin then, a quick introduction to me. I'm Sports Travel Tom, and I love nothing more than being on the road and discovering new destinations through their sports events and great adventures as well.
Hello, I'm Sports Travel Tom. That's Monaco behind me.
The Messiah has come alive on this Sunday afternoon.
What a night in LA this has been. Look at this.
I love to explore destinations through their sporting events and brilliant adventures.
And that is how we go from the centre of London to the top of the UK's highest mountain.
It's another fine day in Scotland today.
Travel, sport and adventure has always been a part of me. Right from the very start, I loved telling stories. Here I am telling a story about our Christmas tree at home. Soon I was into the great outdoors, exploring the world. And of course, I loved sport. At any opportunity, I would wear my beloved Newcastle United kit, and for some reason, thought it was only right to hug the camera. Well, that was the start of my love of media too. I went on to present on the radio for many years before I moved across to TV. At this TV channel in Dubai that I presented on, they seemed to think it was necessary to put 10 tons of makeup on me. I won't take it personally. After TV, I was offered a job to sail around the world as the onboard reporter in the ocean race. A thrilling adventure, although sadly I didn't make it all the way around the world. In the biggest of seas, I struggled. Back on dry land, I continued my TV career and started to host some sporting events at some iconic tournaments and venues, as well as destinations. And as much as I love watching live sport, what I was really fascinated with was the discovery of new destinations through their sports events and adventures. Travel, sport and adventure have been with me all my life. Planet Playground is designed to help you see the world through sport and adventure too. I hope you enjoy the journey. So, if you love sport and adventure travel as much as I do, you are in the right place. And why not hit the subscribe button straight from the off as we get the Planet Playground YouTube channel up and running. First on this week's show then, the Champions League has been incredible this season. And with a brand new format, it meant the first week of the competition was played over 3 consecutive match days, something that hadn't happened in the Champions League ever before. So, as we love to travel for sport, could I get to 3 Champions League matches across 3 different cities in Europe over 3 days? 72 hours to get to 3 Champions League matches across Europe. Let's go. I'm Sports Travel Tom. I love to travel for sport and adventure. If you do too, would love you to subscribe.
It did feel right to begin my journey at Real Madrid. Of course, the European champions beginning their title defence. I should point out that so far I have only booked a ticket to tonight's Real Madrid game. Who knows where I'll end up tomorrow or the day after. Right now though, welcome to Madrid. I'm on time and it's 3 hours until kickoff.
To get to the Santiago Bernabeu from Madrid's airport, it's really easy and takes around 40 minutes on the metro. You'll need to jump onto line 8 for 5 stops, then change onto line 10 for 1 stop.
Welcome everybody to the Santiago Bernabeu, the home of Real Madrid, the home of the European champions.
The first thing that strikes you as you come out of the metro station is the sheer scale of the Bernabeu and just how wonderful it looks with its completed renovations.
There's bars and cafes and restaurants right around this stadium, which just adds so much to the atmosphere. Every football stadium should have one of these, a European town square, warm weather, and everybody out having a drink before the match. This is such a nice atmosphere.
You can't get alcohol inside the Bernabeu, although there is talk of that changing, with the stadium getting a brewery in-house built soon. In the meantime, this is the €1.60 a beer newsagents. They also have a very handy bounce bag drop, so you can store your luggage whilst you attend the match. You do need to pre-book on the Bounce app, but it is good to know about. Now, talking of the match,
With an hour to kick off, I think it's time to get in. Welcome to the Santiago Bernabeu.
I booked my ticket for tonight's Real Madrid game at the Santiago Bernabeu yesterday using StarHub, and I have to say it's all been very smooth. I paid €80 for my ticket. That was a ticket price of €60 and then service charges on top. Once I placed the order, I had the order confirmation very quickly and the ticket was delivered to me by the time I woke up this morning. I always put the full details of my ticket buying process on the website sportstraveltom.com. With all of that said, it was time for Real Madrid to begin their title defence of the UEFA Champions League.
There we go! Real Madrid have scored!
It was Kylian Mbappe, of course, who opened the scoring for Real Madrid, although the home fans were a little quieter when Stuttgart got an equaliser in the 68th minute. Cue the Stuttgart fans. No worries for Real Madrid though, they were back in front soon enough.
Real Madrid have set the stadium alight.
Real sealed the win when Endrick became the club's youngest Champions League goal scorer with the last kick of the game.
So there we go, Champions League match day 1 complete at Real Madrid. It's been a phenomenal night experiencing the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid get the win, 3-1 winners over Stuttgart, and for me it's time for a night's sleep, and tomorrow morning we'll work out where we're going to go for Champions League match day 2 tomorrow night.
We will rejoin the journey very shortly. Where will I head to next? Right now, though, with the French Open currently ongoing, former tennis star Monica Puig, and of course the 2016 Olympic champion, is here to talk to me about her favourite Paris travel itinerary.
I would start with my perfect cup of coffee, whether it's actually, you know what? Before then, let's hold off on the coffee. I would like to do a run.
I was gonna.
So I would like to do a run.
I knew a run was coming
first.
up. Yeah, a run.
Sorry, the run is first.
A run along the Seine.
The run is first.
Along the river.
I would run along the Seine, and it's really nice because even when you're in Le Marais, you have the Seine right there. And the easiest thing is they all have sidewalks. They all have walkways. So I would run from Le Marais, where I started, kind of near Notre Dame. And I would take it all the way down either to the Eiffel Tower or to a point that I know that's close to the hotels that I used to stay next to Roland Garros. Yeah. So I would say it's a 5-mile run, 6-mile run, however long you want to make it. Yeah. But getting to the Eiffel Tower is a really great point because then you can take a lot of pictures and then make your way back. It's very straightforward.
Get the metro back.
If you want, if you want.
Or you're going to run back, yeah.
I would run back, especially in the morning. The mornings are very great, not very hot. beautiful mornings in Paris. So I would start always with a run, go back, shower, change, then go for a nice little walk to a coffee shop. I found a lot of really good ones in Le Marais. There's not one in particular that I would say is great, but there's so many that are very unique. I did find one that's Australian owned. So the owner actually came from Sydney to open up his own coffee shop in Paris. And it's pure Australian coffee. I'd never had it before. It is delicious. So it's called O Coffee. It's closer to the Eiffel Tower. So if you want to take the metro, which I learned during the Olympics is super easy to take. You get a metro card on your phone. You just, even that metro app can tell you the stops and what transfers you need to take.
It's
so
very
it's
good.
super easy taking the metro. I would get either an avocado toast if you're about that life, or if, you're like me and you need your authentic Parisian croissant, authentic French croissant, there's a boulangerie at every single corner. And believe me, if you can't find one, just smell one. They're around. So I would do my coffee, my croissant, and then, like I said, the metro is very easy to take in Paris. There's a lot of sights to see, whether you want to see the Arc de Triomphe, whether you want to go to the Eiffel Tower, Versailles. There's so many beautiful places. If you love tennis and if you go at the time of the French Open, lots of metros will leave you exactly at different stops around the grounds, which is great. You could spend the whole day there.
It's a great area where Roland Garros is, isn't it? Boulogne-Billancourt.
Yeah.
It's because, of course, it's such a sporting district. You've got Paris Saint-Germain, Parc des Princes is there. You've got the rugby stadium literally opposite the Parc des Princes, and then Roland Garros there as well. It's brilliant.
It's great, and it's a very quiet neighborhood. I feel like it's very beautiful. There's a lot of small bistros around as well if you want to grab a bite for lunch or something. It's super, super nice, very quiet, very easy to get to. Like I said, many metro stops around. So if you're going for the tennis, it's absolutely perfect. If you're going there at any other time, there's so much to do around the city. There's so many good shopping spots if you're about the shopping life. It doesn't necessarily need to be, shopping on the main strip. Yeah. It could be anywhere. I mean, Paris has so much to offer, and the train system, I feel like in Paris is really great. One thing that I haven't done yet that I would really like to do is go and visit Champagne and actually go to some of these vineyards around, because it's a 45-minute train ride from Paris. Essentially to go to some of these regions where you can have wonderful wine, wonderful champagne.
Monica, I know all about Champagne because that's where I got engaged.
Well, then what am I doing talking about Champagne? You should be giving us the perfect itinerary. But I mean, the thing is, like, France is so wonderful in so many ways because you have so much to do. Yeah. And then obviously once you're done with your day drinking, or you're done with Roland Garros, or you're done with shopping, there are so many great restaurant options, from fine dining, super fancy schmancy eateries, to small bistros, to a lot of really good international cuisine. And my favorite, honestly, in Paris is finding good Moroccan restaurants.
Oh, right.
Because there are a lot of people from Morocco who come, and they make incredible couscous, incredible chicken, incredible vegetables, and pretty much an all-balanced meal if you're a tennis player. So I would love having Moroccan food while I was in France.
The great thing as well is, I mean, even inexpensive food in Paris is still lovely, isn't it? It still tastes so good.
That's why I say whether it's a bistro or fine dining, you can't go wrong.
So I think so your perfect sports travel itinerary, what we're doing, we're going to Paris. We're taking a run along the Seine to wake up in the morning, and then we're getting ready for the day. We're going for a walk. We're seeing the sights, and then we're going to the French Open.
But you need the coffee, because without coffee, some people can't function, like myself.
The coffee, and then the dinner in the evening, and then the next day we're going to Champagne. Essentially,
exactly.
That sounds like a pretty good weekend to me.
Yes, absolutely.
More from Monica in just a little bit, but as she talks about her love of Paris, let's now rejoin my journey across Europe to try and get to 3 Champions League games in 3 days across 3 different European cities, as I head to Paris. The morning of Wednesday the 18th of September, and I've booked my next match day and destination.
Starting my Champions League journey across Europe at Real Madrid was the fitting beginning. They are the European champions. Now it's time to head to a club who desperately want to be European champions. I've booked myself a ticket for the Paris Saint-Germain game tonight. Time to get back to the airport. Got my tickets for tonight's Paris Saint-Germain match from Live Football Tickets. Pretty straightforward as well. I'm just waiting for the ticket to come through, but it's worked out at around €85, so not bad for a Champions League match. So it's a quick dash to the airport and a flight from Madrid to Paris on Iberia. So far, Europe's transport system has been on my side. Let's hope it stays that way. I'm now just waiting for the delivery of the ticket. I'm kind of hoping it gets here before I take off, just to ease the nerves a little bit. Otherwise, let's hope it's in my inbox when I land in Paris. Ticket for the PSG match tonight has arrived. We are all set for the second Champions League match in 2 nights. It does say actually I do have to print it off, so hopefully the hotel can help me out with that, and that's where I'm heading to now.
Here's a little travel tip for you. If you're ever flying into Paris, fly into Orly instead of Charles de Gaulle. It's a much better experience. The M14 train that takes you into town is brilliant.
A fleeting visit into the hotel to get my ticket printed.
And a very quick pause just to soak up this view from my room. To get to the Parc des Princes from the river, I head on to the M9 Metro at Alma-Marceau. You can also get on the M9 Metro at Trocadero. From Alma-Marceau, it's 10 stops to Porte de Saint-Cloud, which is the best station to get off at for the Parc des Princes.
Okay, back to the football. The reason I say this is the place to get off if you are going to a Paris Saint-Germain match is because this is where there are a number of bars and restaurants. Unlike at the Bernabeu, there's not too many bars and restaurants right outside the stadium, so this is a good place to come.
One of my favourite pre-match bars is Au Trois au Bout. It will be busy before a game, so you may have to wait for a table, but it is worth it. Another favourite is Le Plance, always packed, often a queue, but is always welcoming even to away fans.
Okay, let's start walking towards the Parc des Princes. It's always great when you see the stadium for the first time, isn't it? You just see it there, waiting for you. It's atmosphere, it's energy, palpable as you walk towards the cauldron.
You'll be filtered through to the correct stadium entrance for you. And it's at this point I get my last minute ticket ready, and then all of a sudden had a feeling my entire trip was about to end.
Well, that was a scary moment. I thought the secondary ticket market had let me down. Access refused. Anyway, turns out it was just the fact I'd been directed into the wrong gate, and so it wasn't accepting the ticket, and I just had to be redirected to the gate, the next one along. Anyway, we're in, and welcome to the Parc des Princes.
Straight away it's clear the Parc des Princes provides a brilliant atmosphere. Its capacity is almost half that of the Bernabeu, but the PSG fans make up for it. There's also alcohol served here, unlike at Real Madrid, and another aspect PSG's home provides, which the Bernabeu didn't, was a brilliant sunset view from inside.
I mean, I don't know if you come to your football matches for the sunsets, but if you do, the Parc des Princes is for you. Here we go then, Champions League match day 2 in Paris.
It remained goalless throughout the first half, with Champions League newcomers Girona making life difficult for Paris Saint-Germain.
I did love last night. It was a brilliant experience, but I have to say,
If you want a more traditional football day out, then this, the Parc de France, Paris Saint-Germain, is a brilliant place to come. And given my seat offers you an ideal view of the Eiffel Tower, you can always say to your partner, I've booked us a lovely day out. We'll be looking at the Eiffel Tower. Come here.
In the second half, the PSG fans willed their team on, and then another last-minute goal.
I don't believe it! I don't believe it!
This time, snatching a win for Paris Saint-Germain. Could my Champions League race across Europe be going any better?
Paris have won it in the last minute!
Dreadfully unlucky for Girona, but I'm pleased for the PSG fans. Their support of their team is second to none.
Wow, Paris win it late on, and for me, that's 2 Champions League match days done. Just one more to go.
And that feels like a pretty good milestone to say. If you're enjoying this video, please do like and subscribe. Thanks. The final part of my journey across Europe coming up very shortly. Do I make it to my third and final Champions League match in 3 days across 3 different European cities? Right now, though, let's do some ticket news. So one of the biggest challenges in sports travel is knowing when to act on tickets, when ballots are opening and closing, tickets selling out quickly. So Being Organised is the name of the game. As part of the Planet Playground YouTube channel and website, I'll also give you a resource on the latest ticket news, and there are some big pieces of news to let you know about right now. First up, the Masters. How much would you love to be at the Masters? I think even people that don't like golf would love to be at the Masters just once to say they've been there. Now is the time to act. Today, the 1st of June, if you want to be at the Masters. What you have to do is head to the Masters website. Between today, the 1st of June, and also the 20th of June, you can enter their ticket lottery. To do that, you must have an account, so you must register on their website. It's free to do that. So make sure you do that. Once you have done that, you can then apply for tickets, and you can do it all the way up until the 20th of June. You can apply for tickets for the practice rounds, which are priced at $100 per day. Tournament days are priced at $140 per day. And you can get a 4-day pass as well, which is priced at $450 for the entire 4-day tournament. The prices really aren't that bad for the Masters. The trick is actually getting selected in the lottery. They say it's less than a 1% chance of getting chosen in the Masters lottery, but you've got to be in it to win it. They are the dates you need to know. Today, the 1st of June until the 20th of June, which is your deadline to apply for tickets for the Masters. The very best of luck to you. Hopefully I'll see you there. Next up, tennis at the US Open. The 4th and final Grand Slam of the year begins at the end of August in New York. Of course, it is the US Open, and tickets are on sale now. They went on sale on Friday, just gone, at the end of May there. You can actually go to Fan Week the week before the main tournament at the US Open, which is completely free. You just need to register on the US Open website. But if you want to be there during the main tournament, there are day and night sessions available across all stadium courts, plus ground passes as well. And it's usually pretty straightforward to get tickets. If you are flexible, you can find some pretty well-priced tickets as well. So the US Open tennis Grand Slam at the end of August into early September. Tickets are now on sale. And staying in America, a huge summer of football over there as well. FIFA's Club World Cup is taking place across America this summer from the 14th of June until the 13th of July. And there are heaps of tickets still available. Venues include the Rose Bowl in LA, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, the Audi Field in Washington, DC. I've been there actually. It's really, really good there. It's like a proper English football ground. I really like the Audi Field. That's where DC United play. You can get tickets for every match. What is there? 60, just over 60 matches for the Club World Cup. The first match, which has been played in Miami, between Inter Miami and Al Ahly, tickets are available for under $60. So if you happen to be close to Miami on the 14th of June, get yourself along to see that match. You'll get to see Messi, hopefully, if he plays, for under $60. The final is being played in New Jersey at the MetLife Stadium. What an iconic stadium that is. Tickets for the final are starting at the moment at $730. Don't shoot the messenger. They are the tickets if you would like to be at the final of the Club World Cup. So, yeah, there you go. Get along to one of the matches. There's loads going on right across America, and it's a bit of a warm-up for the World Cup next summer as well, isn't it? Now, back to my Champions League journey and a story of buying very last-minute tickets. So far, I've been to Madrid to catch a Real Madrid game and also Paris to catch a PSG game. And now I'm on my way to my third destination to try to get to 3 Champions League matches in 3 days across 3 different European cities.
It's Thursday, the 19th of September, my final day of trying to get to 3 Champions League match days in a row across 3 different European cities. And after just 16 hours in Paris, it's time to make a move.
I've decided to go to Atalanta tonight. They're playing Arsenal. I've booked my ticket on the website Live Football Net, so that's all sorted. And if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. I started my journey at Real Madrid, the champions of the Champions League, and I'll be ending my journey at the home of the Europa League champions, Atalanta.
Atalanta play in Bergamo, which is east of Milan. So to get this challenge finished off, I booked a flight to Milan Malpensa, stood still in speedy boarding, got a magnificent view of the Alps, touched down in my third country in as many days, boarded the €10 bus from Malpensa airport to the centre of Milan, which does give you a nice view of the San Siro stadium, and then was finally able to say,
welcome to Milan.
I can't stop for long, of course. I have a train to catch to get me to my final destination.
Atalanta kick off at 9 p.m. local time tonight. I'm scheduled to arrive into Bergamo at 4 o'clock, which gives me around 5 hours. Let's get this train.
Bergamo is 50 minutes from Milan on the train, and this should have been a time of pure joy for me. I was on my last bit of public transport. Nothing could stop me now on my challenge to get to 3 Champions League games in 3 nights across 3 different European cities. But instead, I had had word that all was not right, and my plan was about to come to an end.
So, what's happened is, whilst I was on the train there, I've had a phone call and also an email from Football Ticket Net, and my ticket for tonight's game between Atalanta and Arsenal in the Champions League, my third Champions League match in 3 nights, has been cancelled. Basically, what's happened is, because I live in the UK, my card is registered in the UK, as that sale has gone through, the club have realised it's a UK-based card and therefore aren't willing to sell. Because Arsenal are the away team, no residents of the UK can attend the match in a non-away section of the ground. Let's have a little look around the town. I'll go up to the stadium and just soak up some of the atmosphere, and then perhaps find a nice bar to watch the match in and enjoy it with Atalanta fans. What a journey. I knew I was tired, but I feel really tired now.
I should point out, Football Ticket Net were absolutely brilliant with me, courteous in their emails and phone calls, and gave me a full refund as well. So time to walk up to the stadium. It'll take about 30 minutes from the town centre, and on the way you'll pass this place called Morla, a wonderful little bar to stop off at.
Well, I'm pleased I stopped there for a pre-match drink. A wonderful setting, but also I met
two wonderful people as well, and they have given me some tips on the best place to go if you don't have a ticket.
The stadium is just another 5-minute walk up from that bar, and when you reach it, you'll realise just how charming it is.
It's impressive, it looks nice. I know I don't have a ticket for tonight, and I have come to terms with that, but this is still a great preview of what a pre-match atmosphere is like here in Bergamo for an Atalanta game. It's lovely, actually. It's a wonderful atmosphere, and the setting for the stadium is, yeah, it's really good.
And the hot tip, the Villa Sport Cafe, which sits right opposite the stadium. Fans gather here before every match, and if you don't have a ticket, it provides the perfect place to watch it too. And at least I got to hear my third Champions League anthem play out before kick-off, albeit from across the road. Very sad that I didn't get to the Atalanta game after all of that at the final hurdle. Missed out on completing my challenge, but what a journey it was. And I must revisit Bergamo. It's a stunning place to go to, actually. A lovely town and, a great football stadium from the outside. I can't wait to see it in the inside as well. The Champions League will return next season, of course, with a 3-match day week in September for its first week of the tournament on the 16th, 17th and 18th of September. So perhaps another opportunity to try and complete that journey once again. The draw is made on August the 28th as well, if you want to start planning a European journey similar to the one I did. The draw is made on the 28th of August. Okay, let's hear more from my first ever Planet Playground show guest, 2016 Olympic tennis champion Monica Puig. And let's find out what her Planet Playground is, a destination that you love to visit more than any other in the world.
I think a lot of people are expecting me to say this answer, and it would be Puerto Rico. It has quickly started to become a destination that is known for amazing entertainment. We have some of the best concerts in the world. Right now, Bad Bunny is taking over the world and has decided to do a 3-month residency in Puerto Rico. So entertainment-wise, we're covered. We're starting to host some of the biggest sporting events. We've done a lot of really great exhibitions, which I was recently a part of. There was a Legends football match between Real Madrid and Barcelona there. Some of the former stars of each team came to play. We have MLB starting to play some great baseball over there. So it's becoming this place that sport is starting to flock to.
Baseball is popular, isn't it, in Puerto Rico? That's almost like the number one. Yeah.
It's the number one sport. So naturally, when you hold World Baseball Classic, which is this huge tournament where all the teams from all over the world play for their country, basically like an Olympics, but for baseball. And Puerto Rico is one of the biggest venues for that. And we have so many players from baseball who come from the island and are representing Puerto Rico on that global level. So it's very, very big. And then we also have our own Caribbean league, so many local teams, and they play.
And I'd imagine it's quite easy to get tickets as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. Like everybody wants to go to one. Everybody loves to support them. They have their own teams, kind of like the equivalent of what basketball and American football are here. Soccer is also really starting to grow. Football in your case is really starting to grow over there as well. So when it comes to entertainment and sport, Puerto Rico is becoming a huge hub for all of this. In terms of adventure, you have a huge rainforest in Puerto Rico, which is a great place to hike, to explore. There's a couple waterfalls. We have a lot of really exotic birds, a lot of exotic mammals. We have the ocean everywhere, being that we are a very small island, lots of great marine life, lots of great surfing. Puerto Rico is a very popular surf destination. And it being a very small island, you can make your way around the island all day in a car. There's lots of mountains. I mean, you have the perfect scenario, because if you love mountains and greenery and all that stuff, we have that. If you love the beach, we also have that. And it's a great tourist destination, especially for people who live in the United States, because it's considered a domestic destination. You don't need your passport. It uses American currency. So you can go to Puerto Rico and feel like you're leaving the country without leaving the country. Everybody in Puerto Rico speaks English, so it's very easy to communicate over there if you're a foreigner. A lot of flights from Europe are starting to make it a regularly scheduled stop. I know from the UK, from Germany, from Spain, there are international flights that are coming into Puerto Rico, which makes it really great for a lot of people to come and explore what this is all about. In terms of sport, entertainment, adventure, history, culture, lots of mom and pop restaurants in Old San Juan that honestly, you don't have to know if they're good or not. They just are, because the recipes have been handed out from generations. And if you're looking for a place that has everything, I know I'm biased because I'm from there, but every time I go back to Puerto Rico, there's always something new to discover. It is just great. And if you're, in the mood for island hopping, the British Virgin Islands, the US Virgin Islands.
And of course, it is the place where the pina colada was invented.
Yes. So if you're looking for good drinks, we also have that. It is the rum capital of the world. So, that is our biggest pride, is rum.
Love it. That sounds like Puerto Rico sounds like an ideal Planet Playground, really. So we'll put it on the list. A big thank you to Monica Puig for being my first guest on the Planet Playground show, and of course the Planet Playground podcast as well. You can listen to the full podcast episode with Monica on the Planet Playground YouTube channel, and of course wherever you get your podcasts from as well. So thank you to Monica. She has travelled well and loves her sport and adventure too. So great to have her on. Make sure to subscribe to Planet Playground here on YouTube. I would really love you to, if you love your sports and adventure travel. Loads of destination showcases coming up, ticket news, of course, and great guests as well who know a thing or two about traveling our world through sport and adventure. Follow Planet Playground on Instagram and TikTok at My Planet Playground. And I would love to hear from you whenever you are attending a great sports event or embarking on a great adventure, no matter how big or how small. Tag Planet Playground on Instagram at My Planet Playground to get featured. And don't forget to visit myplanetplayground.com as well for all the latest destination and event guides, because of course our planet is our playground. So there we go, the first ever episode of the Planet Playground show. Thank you so much for watching.